Kuwait was the first developed country in the GCC. Everything that Kuwait has done for the UAE, we still went to war helping the Kuwaitis. A lot of Emiratis died in war in Kuwait. And I remember my father was alive back then. The show was 2012 or 2011. And they showed all the martyrs that died in Kuwait, and they missed out the Emiratis.
Kuwait was one of the first countries to support UAE when it comes to the hospital, schooling.
But every time I meet a person from Egypt, they really don't like Kuwaiti people.
All it takes is one bad apple and the whole reputation of that country is ruined. In terms of expats, Egypt is one of the top 3 expats in Kuwait. So there's a lot of Egyptians living in Kuwait.
Stereotypes or misconceptions about each of the Gulf countries.
Black magic. I actually do not know any person that I've met, whether in school or anywhere, that I know, let's say, oh yeah, their family does black magic.
Is there something that makes you feel at home because it's so similar?
Majlis. When I go to their homes, like Kuwaiti locals, I feel like I'm at home.
Because we have a similar tradition. I think Omanis as well, they have a Majlis.
Saudis, Qataris, anybody. If I go inside their homes, it feels like it's mine.
How big is the tea culture then?
Now it's a big character, it's huge.
In Kuwait, there's a lot of black tea.
Is there something like a unique tradition about your country that you wish more people knew about?
Karak With Mahreen.
This episode brought to you by
Red Label, right? That's your
by
sponsor.
Red Label.
Yeah.
Red
Brought to you
Label.
by Red Label.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yay,
Red
let's
Label, let's
go.
go. Red Label, I don't know if you guys made the Karak, but it was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but it's the teas by Red Label tea.
Okay, amazing, amazing.
So, and you guys liked the
Shout out.
Karak, right?
You got
Red Label
some
whiskey
shares
on
in
it.
Red Label?
Huh?
You got some shares in Red Label or something?
I hope. I wish soon.
No, but for sure, shout out Red Label.
This episode is brought to you by Brooke Bond Red Label. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being on Karak With Mahreen. This is the very first Gulf Cultures Roundtable that's ever been done before.
Let's go.
So you guys are part of it, and I'm honored. Thank you very much. We have some very popular faces here. We have Ebrahim from the UAE. We have Eisa from Kuwait, and we have Hisham from Oman. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's going to be exciting. We're going to talk all about similarities, differences between the cultures. I hope there's not going to be any
And
fights.
indifferences.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
That's what you
I
love
don't know
about
if that's a word, but okay. That's why we have Ebrahim.
That's his segment.
That's how he introduces himself. Indifference.
I mean, we can go to that in a little bit. Maybe we can start with maybe similarities, I guess.
Okay.
I think the part that I want to start off with is what makes you an Arab from the Gulf? Like, what is it? Is there something unique that represents Arabs from this region or people from this region?
Yeah, I would say the clothing.
Okay.
Clothing, big role.
So as in it's different from other parts of the Arab world?
Yes. So if you're going to go towards, let's say, North Africa, which it's also part of the Arab world, they would dress up maybe pants and shirts. And also,
Except
they'll
Sudan,
have
though. Sudan wears, they wear...
Oh, yeah, they do
Yes.
wear thobes.
Sudan,
Kandora.
same. And also, no, like even Morocco, they will have their type of thobe, you would say. I
But
think
it's just different kinds.
So distinct. Each one is so distinct.
Okay.
Like when I see Hisham, I know like 99.9% he's Omani. He's Omani, not even
Yeah.
Khaliji.
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
because of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
castle on the side, I
Exactly.
guess.
Everything
Yeah.
about the details, like the way that you see Ibrahim's one. He's tall. This one is short.
Same.
Yeah.
Same tarbouch.
But
It's
the length.
same type of kandora also. But they would have it short, we would have it long.
Yeah.
They would have
And-
it on the side, we'd have it in the middle.
Ah, and then so if you go out on the street, would you easily be able to identify Saudi, Kuwaiti, Omani, Emirati?
Kuwaiti?
Yeah, what about Kuwait?
Kuwaiti, the thing about Kuwaiti kandoras, even though I don't wear them so much, but a lot of Khalijis wear them as well. So like sometimes you'd see a Saudi guy wearing it, sometimes you'd see a local guy wearing it. It's because I think it's a popular type of kandora pattern. But Kuwaitis themselves also, a lot of them, they don't wear kandoras. They like the way I wear clothes.
okay.
because they're more casual as well, you know.
So, but what is different about the Kuwaiti? Is it
the
something with this as
No,
well?
no, we
or
don't
it's
wear
just
this.
a
The collar,
different
right?
design?
It's the collar, yeah. So, for example, Bahraini one has a thicker collar than the Kuwaiti one, and then also I think Saudi ones
Qatari
have.
also have.
Qatari,
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
Collar.
But the Kuwaiti one is a very like small collar, but it's, you can tell.
You can tell.
You can easily tell that there's a difference.
But
between
I
them.
feel like there is one like at least most of the Khalij would wear.
Yeah. I think, in my
Like-
opinion, it's Kuwaiti. I don't know if I'm biased
Maybe,
or not.
maybe
It's
like.
but
every kandura you see, you're like, Kuwait.
no, but it's so different than these two. But I think it's a popular type of kandora that other Khalijis wear. It's the Kuwaiti one. Because even in UAE, when you go to a UAE kandora shop, you'd see a Kuwaiti kandora there being knitted.
So it's very popular.
Yeah.
Do you
it is
think people
popular.
don't realize that it's Kuwaiti?
I think so. I
think before it was more unified than.
Oh, like the kandura was very
Yes,
similar, and then
yes.
slowly there were
And then
differences.
slowly, different started developing. But I feel there was more just a thobe. We used to say thobe, the whole Khalij will understand. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Whether it's a kandora, whether it's a dishdasha,
yeah.
whether it's...
But an Emirati kandora, you can tell from far away.
Miles away. Yeah.
Because I remember also going to, I was in Kuwait one time and I was wearing my Emirati kandora. It was white and I didn't have anything on top.
they would
And
know.
from a distance, you can tell the Kuwaitis, like, they would smile and they'd be like, نورت بلادنا. They'd be like, welcome, نورت بلادنا.
You lightened up.
You shed light in our country.
Oh wow! Is that how people greet you?
Arabs greet each other like
Yeah.
that.
Wait, can you say the word again and then translate it
Like
again?
if you came to my house as a guest, I would say نورت البيت. Like you shed light into my house. Welcome.
It's a compliment to compliment a guest or someone coming to your country, your house. It's like like you said, like you brought light. So light for us, light is like it's a symbolic thing. Obviously, it's a very like positive thing.
Yeah.
So we associate light with like good things, positive things.
Warmth, positivity. Yeah.
Like we shed light into your show today.
You would say that. No, we wouldn't say that of ourselves.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for bringing your light to the show. Yes, I agree. I'm not going to disagree.
But that's cool. You didn't know that, huh?
No, I didn't know that
that's
phrase.
cool.
I feel like a lot of Arabic phrases, they have, like, you probably use it on a day-to-day basis, but when you translate it, it's something so, like, impactful. Like, it's a heavy word, like light, someone bringing light to where you are. Like, that's a huge thing.
Like, if I say the word nur, like, do you understand?
Yeah. In Urdu,
Noor.
we
Same?
have Noor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same thing. Yeah, but did you say Noor?
It's
نورت.
Nawart.
Like, it's
Okay.
a verb.
Your.
The
More
verb
like a
of
verb.
Noor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it adverb or verb?
It's a verb. نورت.
Okay, I wouldn't
Hey,
know.
there's
I don't know what an adverb is.
There's not there.
You know what an adverb is?
I don't know what an adverb is. I keep confusing it.
An adverb usually ends with ly.
Okay, thank you, Ibrahim.
Thank you, Ibrahim.
Thank you.
Back to high school. or back to middle
This is
school.
like English class now.
Like
101.
literally, realistically.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I forgot. Anyway, but is there something that when you go to each of your countries, you've probably visited each other's countries, right? Is there something that makes you feel at home because it's so similar to?
Yes, I have an answer for that. المجالس. Dewani. When I go to their homes, like Kuwaiti locals, when I go to Kuwait and I go to the locals' homes, I feel like I'm at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because we have a similar tradition. I think Omanis as well. They have a majlis. as well,
Saudis, Qataris, anybody. If I go inside their homes, it feels like it's mine.
Because they have a majlis.
They have a majlis.
You
they have-
enter, you're gonna go, you're gonna sit down. You won't be sitting at a table. Sit
It
down.
smells the same حتى.
Oh, really?
ريحة بخور, yeah.
Bukhur is a very common thing between all of us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
makes sense.
decor, the carpets, they would look exactly the same. All Khalijis will have the same type of home designs from inside.
And then what is the majlis? Like, what do you do there?
So for us, in Kuwait, we call it a Dewani,
Yeah.
which is, do you use the same word Dewani or no? You don't, right?
That's
no,
what
we
I
don't.
googled
Yeah.
and I
نقول
found, and I was
milas.
like, what's
Yeah.
the difference between?
We say milas. not
Milas, yeah.
majlis,
Milas, Majlis,
Majlis.
Oh,
Dewani.
you
It's
don't say majlis. Okay.
Yeah. It's like
Similar.
Milas. Yeah,
You know?
it's all
Same word, yeah.
same word for which is the same thing, which is an area for gathering, especially for men. Yeah, and you wouldn't have a majlis for women, unfortunately.
No, they do.
They do. Is there a
They
majlis for
use the
women?
same majlis for other days.
And
for-
other days, okay. So you'd gather, and mostly it would be cousins or guests coming in. But for us, and especially when I go to Kuwait, we have a Majlis Al Habib, which is it's just my cousins. They just chill there, and sometimes they even sleep in the Majlis, like for
Wait, the
sleep over.
night? They sleep
Yeah,
at night
they
there?
sleep over. Have you ever had a sleepover at Majlis
Good
before?
old days.
Like in a majlis, you always see one thing. The same things. You'll find a PlayStation.
PlayStation, yes.
You'll
Always a
find a
PlayStation.
TV.
Yeah.
You'll find a deck of cards on the floor.
Oh my god, yes.
You'll find the ashtrays
Yeah.
with cigarettes on them.
Ashtrays and teapots, everything.
If this was a men's majlis, if this was inside home majlis, no way you'll see ashtrays.
yeah.
So wait, a men's, what do you mean inside home? It's usually outside of the
Usually
house,
outside
right?
the
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So it's like a
But it's
separate.
connected.
It's a separate,
Separate,
like
small villa.
Okay, so it's not, it's right next to the house,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not
Same
in the
lawn.
house. Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
It's really fun. Like growing up in Dewaniyas or Majlis as a kid, like it would be so much fun. Like imagine like I don't know Westerners what they have the equivalent to this, but it's like hang out with your cousins, but it's all in one building and you just play PlayStation for like 12 hours. But at the same time, it's like
That sounds fun.
everyone's pranking each other. Everyone's like. In Kuwait, we have the butt. Like it's like your cousins just like make fun of you the whole time, but it's like a friendly making fun. You make fun of each other the whole time. It's crazy.
So it's mostly for fun. Like, is it? You can have
It's
any kind of
recreational.
discussions there. It could be fun. It could be intellectual. It could be. It's just
Could
a
be about
place
their
of
marriages and they complain about their wives. And
Oh,
stuff like that.
But in Kuwait, there's an extreme level to it. I don't know if you guys can share maybe your thoughts. Dewaniyas they turn political as well.
That's what I read.
Like a lot of the political like discussions that happen in Dewaniyas, especially in Kuwait, like things that to do with the Majlis Al Ummah and all this stuff, they get discussed in Dewaniyas. So it's like men, they want to like vent about what's happening in the political scene. They just go to a Dewani and they discuss it with all the people, and then it gets spread out. Like the news spreads between Dewaniyas. Like, oh, did you hear what this Dewani talked about? This one, it's like
What?
like
It comes on the news.
Yes,
what
it's
the Dewani talking about.
it's a political like area. It's an area for you to talk politically as well.
We don't have that.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, and
We don't have
yeah. But in Kuwait, it's like it's a sacred place for that as well.
But
So-
how does it like get on the news as well? Like people,
It's
so
just-
people openly
yeah.
share what was discussed in the
Or they have opinions about it. Like if I'm a Kuwaiti, I didn't agree with whatever. I'm not knowledgeable about this so much, but like based
Yeah,
on what I
yeah.
know, is that if they have a strong opinion about something, they would go to a Dewaniya, like someone's Dewaniya, and they would talk about it and they would share their opinion. I didn't agree with this, blah blah, and then it would get spread out. Like and then that literally like trickles down to the culture. Like what was said in a Dewaniya becomes part of the general discussion of the whole society. That's how small Kuwait is, by the way. That's why, yeah. It's because it's so small, everything gets spread really
But
fast.
also, how do you get an invite to the majlis? Is it like anyone can come? How does that work?
Some majlises are open to all. Some majlises are very small to the point where you have to be invited because
Okay.
you have to go through someone's gate.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Some Diwaniyas are completely private. Yeah, only yeah.
And
I want to ask him about because I know there's Majalis Shuyukh بالإمارات.
Yeah, they're open to the
They're
public.
open to the public, right? But
not all.
is it UAE citizens only, or how does this work?
I don't know. I'm not sure if non-Emiratis. I think yeah.
Because I think in Majlis,
Like we have Milas Dhahi Khalfan.
Mhm.
You know Dhahi Khalfan? He used to be the chief of police. Now he is the. I don't know.
His
Dhahi Khalfan is very big.
okay.
He has. He used to report. He reports to Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid. He's a very big. He's an icon in the UAE, and
Active on the media as well.
very very active on the media. Yeah.
Twitter especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a very big open majlis.
Okay.
Okay. They call it Majlis Dhahi.
Okay.
And everybody's allowed to go. Everybody's allowed to go. You know.
And then,
But
like,
you
what
kind
do
of
you
have to be
discuss?
like invited because if you show up and nobody knows you, like who is this guy? You know, people will actually like stare at you.
Oh, really?
You have to be.
But so
kinda
there are
invited.
certain people that probably go there often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful people, normal people. Yeah.
Anyone just comes
it's
in.
literally on the like it's a big plot of land and there's like a majlis on it, and you just go in and it's like a big
Hall?
Hall. Yeah.
So it's basically a hangout spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of like Arab cultures. They don't need a bar or a cafe or a
that's a good-
restaurant.
a
They
good way
just
to put
have a
it.
majlis.
Yes.
A lot of people
Absolutely.
they drink in their majlis.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So, see, when he said in Kuwait there are like political stuff that happens. A lot of sometimes I wouldn't name a country, but in a lot of places in the Khalij, not a lot. There are
Yeah, I wouldn't
quite a
think
few,
it's called.
quite a few majlises. People like between them and their friends, they don't want to show anything that they do privately outside. So you'd see drugs come in the majlis. You'd see alcohol.
But this
come
will
in the
be a
majlis.
very
Private one.
Private, very private. Yeah.
But it happens.
It happens.
Probably does,
so
yeah.
for example, like this is something that's very, very common. I also don't want to name no emirate or country. For example, I have many sisters, and sometimes there are a lot of families that come propose for an arranged marriage. If I find out that their son, the guy that's supposed to marry my sister, hangs out in so and so's majlis, he gets rejected immediately.
Oh,
Because in
you know
so-and-so's-
that what happens
Yes,
in that majlis.
in so and so's majlis, we know that there's drug abuse there.
Oh my god.
That's how important the majlis is. Yeah.
Wow.
Majlises have reputations, literally.
So it's like one of the core parts of the culture
Literally.
here, and it.
Yeah, so that's a very good point actually what he mentioned. Like if you want to be like kind of like you upper your social status, you would go to a majlis that has a great reputation,
Yes.
and you would hang out at that majlis.
You hang out with these people.
Yes.
Oh
So
my god!
yeah,
So it's kind of status. It's a symbol of status as well.
Has
absolutely,
reputation, yeah.
absolutely.
And wow,
So,
interesting.
yeah, the higher, the more important the majlis you hang out in, the more like it gives you value. Like yeah.
And the thing is that I don't do people like post online that I went to this majlis or something. It's just the word just gets out. I guess it's just because you don't post about
Yeah.
this stuff, right? I feel
No,
or I don't
Not
know.
really, no. I think because Majlis has been like the Dewani Majlis has
they're
been
private.
there.
What happens inside
Yeah.
stays inside.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
and
as
I
in
think
like
also it depends, like if it's the Majlis of in Oman, we have Wali, which is like the governor of the area, or mainly his Majlis will be for the area. And if you have anything to do, any need to be taken care of, any complaint, maybe there was a dispute between two, they would come there and
So-
come and approach him. So the door will be open for
wow. So
anyone.
that's the governor, like who
Yeah,
is he?
or it's like the head of the area,
Okay,
Yeah.
wow. So there are
So-
places like that as well.
Yeah, with
But-
that's the same format, the open ones.
Okay.
And then of course you have the Majlis, which is connected to
Private.
the house.
Yeah.
Yes, that
But
would
then
be.
is there, like you said, Dewaniya, is that basically Majlis?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yes,
It's the
Okay,
same word.
it's just the same thing,
They
but
just
it's
have a
a
different word
term.
for it. Yeah.
Okay,
The
'cause-
Kandora Dishdasha. It's like it's the same word for the same thing.
but it's just
Just a different way to say it because we have so many dialects in the Arab world.
Yeah.
Even between Khalijis, there's so many dialects. Like Oman in particular. I would love for you to speak about that. In Oman itself, I think I don't know how many dialects they speak in Oman. Like there's so many different. Like you wouldn't understand one Omani from another Omani, and they're both Omani. So
I met Omanis
Yeah.
that speak exactly like Emirati.
Yeah.
I thought they were Emirati.
yeah,
I
exactly.
swear to God.
Yeah, I've met
But
those
is there a big difference between like Emirati Arabic,
No,
Kuwaiti
no.
Arabic?
We also have the
Omani?
same mustalahat. We have the same terms that all
Okay.
Khalijis use.
So it's not that big of a
No.
difference.
The dialects are closest. I say from all the Arab world, the closest dialects to each other are the Khaliji dialects.
Okay.
Yeah.
But within Oman there's a lot of different dialects apparently.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I think in UAE it doesn't have a lot of variety in terms of accents. Maybe in Kuwait also not really big, but Oman, Saudi Arabia, huge difference. If you get someone from
No, we have a lot of differences.
Okay.
in different
sorry,
tribes.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna ask you because
Like,
I knew you were.
I'll say it after
yeah,
he
yeah,
says it.
Yeah, yeah.
like I feel, let's say of course somebody from let's say Ras Al Khaimah, or like you have the Shhuh and you have all that area, they have the accent, and then the rest of Emirat, and then maybe you have more towards the border, the more Bedouin accent, you have that. But I feel it's not as extreme as someone from south of Oman, let's say in Dhafar and Salalah, or and then you have in Salalah, and then you have the Jabbali. Jabbali, like it's almost like
Different language.
completely.
But can you give an example? Like do you know a word?
Some say that dialect is mixed with with the jinns.
Okay.
That's a good one.
No, really. Like I heard this. I was a teenager when I heard this, and I heard it from people who are from Dhafar, and I was like, maybe because I don't understand what you're
like,
saying.
maybe it's possible.
Yeah, it does sound scary. You know?
Can I play the devil's advocate here?
Uh-huh.
Because when we were kids, we'd have this stereotype
I know.
about Omanis. And
I know
think
where this is going.
Yeah, because black magic is known to be happening in Oman. I'm sure you can
Historically.
historically. So is that related somehow? Like because of
To
the,
this?
Yeah. No.
Because one of the most known cities, like in terms of black magic in Oman, is Wilayat Buhla. So, yeah.
Is that far from the...
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the
okay.
south. Yeah, but
But
then
that's
you have,
a very
let's
good
say,
topic to talk about.
yeah, you have Muscat accent, you have Sur's accent, you have, Salala's accent, you have the rest of Oman, similar. And if you look at Saudi, someone from Jeddah to someone from Sharqiya to someone from Riyadh, it's completely different.
But like when you say completely different, you can still understand them. It's just
Yeah,
that
of course.
It's
No,
just
some
that
Omanis I don't understand, to be honest. Yeah, they speak literally a different language. Like it's like he's speaking, and I think there's Zanzibar.
Jin's language?
Yeah, Jin's language. Probably.
that's how we're gonna remember this.
But because I think there's also an influence from, because I know Omanis live in Zanzibar
Yes.
and Zanzibar
That's
and
like
Swahili.
my dad
Yeah.
born and raised there.
Yeah. So
But
yeah.
no, nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
Really, because it's technically the same language, but Sur is also interesting, and they're not much to do, let's say, with maybe East Africa, but they have a lot to do with trading. Sur is known, it's like the east of Oman, and it's an island, and it's known for like the whole area there. Basically, their trade was they were fishermen.
Okay.
So you mean whether they're going to China, whether they're going to India, whether they're going to Africa, they're going to so many places, and everything, us as humans, anything we like, we adapt. True. So the clothes started changing, evolving, and then you start
So their
seeing
clothing is different from the rest of Oman?
some, like let's say in Ibra, you'll see their dishdasha, it has a long, this one is very long, almost till the bottom, like all the way down. And then you'll see this in Uganda. And maybe you might also see similarity of if like the kumma, let's say. I have the kumma.
Okay, yeah.
There we
Oh,
go.
nice.
Right? So you have the kumma, you'd see it West Africa. Will be wearing it, Nigeria.
Yeah, true.
I see my Nigerian brothers at the mall sometimes. They'll be like, hey.
Oh, so you're saying that it's because of the trade
Because
that
of
it
the
must
trade.
have impacted the way they dress?
A lot of coastal countries in India, you'd see in Africa, you'd see them wearing, whether it's east, whether it's west.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Makes
very
sense.
interesting.
Yeah, so I cannot say Oman's clothing or culture is purely like only originated from Oman. Of course not. We are traders. We've always been in the face of the sea, so we're always changing tradition, changing cargo,
And
goods.
even now, like there's expats that live all across the Gulf, and that would also influence some aspects of the culture throughout.
Like this is Kashmiri, material.
Yeah,
So
true.
shout out.
Speaking of like Oman, the stubble Omani. What's stubble in English? It's the
Stables.
Stable.
Like for horses?
Horse?
No. Stubble. The sea thing.
Stool?
Stool, sorry, stool Omani. So Oman had one of the strongest in the stool in the region, to the point where they were fighting like European, or something like that. So
What
I
does
mean-
stool mean?
stool اللي هو the shipping.
it's something with ships?
Yeah. They had the strongest shipping. We made a video about this in اشرح لي. That's why I know, yeah.
Stool is like the like you could say the strongest fleet.
Fleet, yeah, of ships. Fleet,
Got
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So our ships were
Some of the
advanced,
strongest, and so
weaponry
they were able
and.
to-
They would fight off like.
I mean, we managed to take out the Portuguese were in Oman for almost 100 years, and then took them out of East Africa.
The Portuguese got wrecked by
They came even to the UAE, by the way.
Yeah, they came. They conquered.
They
They conquered
come all
the
over.
Shuh,
They've come to India.
the Shihis, and the Shihis kicked them out. The Shihis fought them, but they already got mixed. They already got the Portuguese blood because there was a lot of rape and stuff like that, and also marriages between them. So a lot of Shihis have the Portuguese blood. That's why a lot of them have color dyes. They have white skin. They have some of them have blonde hair.
Shahis are like
It's a tribe. Yeah, it's a tribe, and we honor them so much because they fought the Portuguese and they kicked them out.
Wow.
And Oman did the same. So Portuguese, like, come on, bro, you're only
And
good. You're only good at football. We're not good enough for war.
But that's so funny because Shihis, they're the ones who have they're the ones who do the yelling tradition in the mountains. So I actually visited recently and I went and saw it in person.
You went to a wedding? Or?
No. We visited them and we were part of a video we were making. Okay. So they've been in the UAE for hundreds of years, the Shuh tribe, and they have this tradition. They do it because of the war.
They've been in the mountains for almost 1,000 years.
Yeah, they lived in the mountains. Yeah. So in order for a tribe to communicate with another tribe, they would yell, and that's where it comes from. For whether it's weddings, whether it's celebration, or whether it's war as well. So I think they used it in.
But if I'm not mistaken, I mean, of course we have Shuh in Oman as well. Their dialect is like a mixture of Arabic with Farsi.
The same tribe that you're talking about.
Yeah, no, they have a dialect for sure.
I remember I met someone. I think we were just at the boat in Sundam.
Really?
Right, going maybe to Khasab or I don't know, crossing anyway on the boat, and he was saying like our language. I don't know if it was Shahi, but he said that area, whether it's Musandam or Khasab or Ras Khema, that area, because obviously there's a lot of Persians who are living there, and likewise, of course, there will be also maybe a lot of Emiratis or Omanis who also lived in
that area.
In Pakistan or Baluchistan or Iran. And their dialect is a mixture. Like if I hear, like I went to a Shuh wedding, and when they were doing their chantation or whatever,
it's like a chant.
It
is like a chant, and I didn't understand anything, nothing. Like, do you understand when they're chanting?
No, I don't understand when they're chanting, but it's we have to like look at it with respect.
Regarding making fun of differences in other cultures, like that's an extremely narrow-minded way of looking at anything. If I go to Japan and I enter someone's house and he tells me, we keep our slippers outside of the house, not even inside on, by the door. Keep it outside. I won't be like, that doesn't make sense to me. Probably you won't get it even if I explain to you until you come and live with us, and maybe you might get it after a while.
And you might not.
And you might not.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah. But one thing for sure, you need to appreciate that every human does something out of logic. As long as he's sane, he'll be doing it out of a purpose. Just like how you respect your own thoughts, you should respect other people's cultures or values.
And I feel like in the Gulf region, it's done very well because there's so many expats and people from all over the world who've come here. I mean, I was born and raised here in the UAE and Pakistani, so I know that it's very, very, that respect is always there.
I think even Islamically for us, it's important because in the Quran, it says وَجَعَلْنَاكُمْ شُعُوبًا وَقَبَائِلَ لِتَعَارَفُوا. So even in the Quran, it tells us that we've made you tribes and different cultures in order for you to get to know each other. So for us as Muslims, we have to respect. It's an obligation for us to respect other cultures and see it with bil'aks. This is something that we as humans have. We different cultures. So
it's something beautiful. There's nothing like why would we take away from the
we literally talked about it last episode. We were talking about the UAE culture and how tourists, not expats, tourists disrespect it. By the clothes that they wear. and we mentioned a specific place, and then we had to take down the video because we mentioned the place, but now we won't mention a place. We'll say public places in Dubai. All the malls in Dubai. Tourists don't. Oh, no. Tourists don't. All the malls, all of them.
Oh my God!
Now they're all gonna reach out to you, all of them, all of them at once.
All the public places, not only malls, on the street, places where tourists would go. Can I mention specific streets, or is the street gonna sue me too?
Stop.
But wait,
That's so
when you
funny.
said the disrespect, like the Emirati clothing, like what do you mean?
No, they don't. Not Emirati clothing. They would wear unmodest clothing. Too much
Oh.
revealing, too much skin,
Okay,
too much
okay.
showing everything. Yani. When tourists come to Dubai, and it bothers a lot of people here, whether they were
At the
locals or
beginning-
residents.
disrespectful.
At the beginning, like whether it's I won't say the name of the mall, but some of the malls had some signs saying, you
Very
know,
big malls, very big.
yeah, they would have a sign, you know, dress more moderately, you know,
I wonder who's salty.
like basically don't dress up like you just came straight out the
Bro, they
Yeah,
straight out
it's
the
there.
beach.
It's
From the
written
beach straight to the
everywhere.
mall,
Yeah,
you
bro,
know,
I swear.
straight.
At the beach, you know
I
that
swear,
meme?
you
At
know
the
the
beach,
comments-
Justin Bieber
The
video.
comments on that video, the comments on that video were from Westerners, were from white people that agree. Yes, Ebrahim. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Thank you for
they were
saying
all
that.
towards-
Anyone disagreed, right? Did
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one
no
disagreed.
one
Nobody
disagreed.
disagreed.
Everyone
Nobody
agreed.
disagreed. I'm like, damn, even British people that live in
Yeah,
Dubai were
they're-
agreeing with this. And then I've seen a lot of comments of like parents, like whether Westerners or Arabs or Muslims, whatever, they'd be like, we stopped taking our kids to malls on weekends.
Oh yeah, I
Why?
saw that.
Because of how tourists dress up in these malls. You know, like
It's inappropriate.
if you
It
go to
doesn't make
Global
sense.
Village dressed like that, you will get kicked out. Impossible. Global Village, mustahil. You can never wear clothes like that in Global Village. Plus, also because it's cold and they only open in winter season. But malls in Dubai are cold as well. They're really cold from inside.
Yeah, I
It's
bring
probably
a
colder
jacket
than
every
the-
time. Yeah, I literally bring a jacket every time I go to the mall. But yeah, so these are, I guess, ways people have disrespected the culture. Is there a way that, yeah, what were you saying?
No, nothing. I was just gonna say it by dressing up in public places.
Disclaimer.
I think we got that. I think so. Are you sure? But speaking of disrespect, because even in, you know, lots of countries in the Gulf, not just the UAE, there are lots of expats living. Of course, I think in the UAE, it's one of the biggest populations of expats, but other countries in the Gulf as well. Do you feel like there's a way where people have disrespected the cultures in Oman or in Kuwait?
I can't speak for Kuwait because
tourism.
I didn't live in Kuwait for a long periods of time. But I think Kuwait and UAE have shared similarities. Is that
No, they would slaughter the tourists if they disrespected their culture. Kuwaitis, they
Bro,
will not
what?
wait.
yeah? So let me speak. But we are both similar because in Kuwait also the mass majority is expats. So I think Kuwaiti population. If I'm not mistaken, 80% is expats and 20% is
Okay.
Kuwaiti. But at the same time, because Kuwait is so small and the density is so small, when you go on the street, you would see mostly Kuwaitis, even though there's a lot of expats in Kuwait. But I might be wrong about the statistic anyways. But yeah, regarding Kuwait, I think we are, and Kuwaitis in general are less intolerant or less tolerant about anything disrespecting Kuwaitis.
A lot less.
Yeah. Like anything that happens that is against Kuwaitis, they're not gonna give you a break, and it's gonna be very strict.
But how do
Yeah.
they respond to that?
Whether it's deportation, whether it's jail, whether but even like they get so offended quickly, Kuwaitis.
I mean, but I do understand the aspect of if your culture is being disrespected, you do have to respond in
because
some
I
way.
think Kuwait, and because of how small it is and the culture there, they are very prideful of the fact that Kuwait is theirs, and you know, like we give you the right, so like you come here for opportunities, and you're coming here to seek an opportunity for yourself, and then you disrespect us. It's for them, and Kuwaitis in particular, they get so offended about that. Yeah, and I think to be honest, like like the economy plays a role, but space plays a role big time in these countries. I don't know if you guys agree, like how big Kuwait is in comparison to Oman, or what, because Kuwait I think is the second smallest in so because of how small it is, and because we had a war with Iraq at some point, the tensions of Kuwaitis is like I don't think any other Gulf country has had a war as in particular as recent as the one that happened between Kuwait and Iraq. It was very recent, and it trickled down to society so strong. Like Kuwaitis, all of them, even though I was born after the war, but I feel the effects of the war somehow because my older siblings, all of them, they were alive during the war that happened, and the memory is so fresh. All of them, and like they when they talk about it, it's
It was
as
bad.
if
It was really bad.
it was very bad.
Yeah, it was very bad.
So my parents actually, but they moved out of Kuwait before the war. So my dad, I don't know the reason why he wanted to build a real estate company in UAE. So he decided to move out of Kuwait before the war happened. And when the war happened, it was like a couple of years after he moved. All my aunts and uncles, they came to UAE to live with my dad because he was the only person who had a home.
Yeah.
So my dad was hosting all my uncles and aunts in the UAE. So I would hear all these stories growing up about like what's happened during the war between Iraq and Kuwait. Obviously now Iraq and Kuwait are great friends and they respect each other. There's no like even the younger generation. We have
There's
Kuwaitis,
no resentment or anything. Yeah.
No, not at all. But the history is still there. Like the martyrs are still respected hugely in Kuwait, and whenever someone who's lived through it talks about it, it's like it's a huge thing.
Real,
Yeah,
like
huge deal.
Wow.
Yeah,
So that's why people are, I guess, a lot more patriotic.
Yes,
like
patriotic, protective of Kuwait. Anybody who comes and tries to like play with the land in any way, it's very It's
But like,
tensions.
what are besides clothing? Are there other ways where you've seen people disrespect culture, or not seen, but
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest, because I didn't really live in Kuwait
makes
for a long
sense.
time. But
Yeah.
I would love to hear,
Yeah.
in Oman, مثلا, for example.
I don't
Yeah.
feel it's not to. Of course, there will be a person or two or three, but it'll be a small number.
you don't feel it's like that common for people to?
No, and I don't know, for some reason, the type of people that Oman attracts are more very
Respectful.
interested. Yeah, they're very interested in culture, and like I see it, like even when they post on YouTube, you see them like, it's like you can tell this person usually doesn't dress up this modest. Like they dress up very modest.
I have a question. I saw a clip online about Oman, and I don't know if it's true or not. Now, of course, Oman is a country in the GCC. There's a lot of Oman is a rich country, just like Kuwait, just like Qatar, just like Saudi and UAE. Is it true that you're not allowed to build skyscrapers there? Because I saw a video saying that Oman is a country.
I made that video.
Oh, you made it.
No, yeah, I've seen many videos
No,
about
but I
this
didn't
topic.
only see
But,
yours.
yeah, a lot of
I
people
saw like
actually,
AI
a lot of people
generated
have made
videos.
that
Is it
video.
true?
Yeah,
But,
hey,
yeah.
you've done the most recent
Yeah,
research. You
I
tell
was
us.
waiting for your response, but I mean, based on what we've researched, is that you can't build it above a certain number. Like I think it was like 5 stories or
stories,
something.
yeah.
You can't build but there are few exceptions.
Yes,
like
yes,
there
yes.
is 1 or 2, I don't know how many, but there are a few exceptions.
But it's
Besides
true.
that, you
And
can.
There's going to be
Yeah, I mean, clearly, because it's impossible that no one had the idea to.
Yeah.
You know, I have the resource. Yeah,
Yeah, they
exactly.
definitely
I
have
have
the
the
money.
resource. You know, I wanna instead of
they
building
definitely
a
have the money.
12-story building, I wanna build a 30.
Do you know
Let's say
why?
of it.
Is the reason?
It's from what I heard, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, is that because the Oman is such a mountainous area, there's a lot of mountains around the area, and they don't want to ruin how it looks.
The
So
view of
because
it.
the buildings will then cover all the mountains. And when you go to Oman, I've noticed this because I've been to Oman a lot. You can see the mountains everywhere from every corner, and which is so beautiful. Like you feel like you're actually in the mountains, even though you see buildings everywhere. I think that's one of the reasons. But I from what I heard recently, I don't know if it's true or not, that they're gonna dedicate an area in Oman that will allow
Yes.
skyscrapers.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So this is one thing that you talked about, which is in Oman that we've heard of. I want to talk a little bit more about like stereotypes or misconceptions about each of the Gulf countries, whether it's true or not.
Nice,
as
I'm
well.
interested
Like,
to this.
do you think it's true? Do you think it's not? Why is it not? You know,
Let's go.
I want to get into
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, since you're the most excited one.
I mean, one of is you mentioned it earlier, or you mentioned it regarding. Now I don't hear it a lot. Before, as soon as you hear, yes,
Yeah.
What is it? What is
straight
it?
away, which is black magic.
Okay, that people think Oman. There's a lot of black magic in Oman.
Not true. Not true at all. At all. Like, I actually do not know any person that I've met, whether in school or anywhere, that I know, let's say, oh yeah, their family does black magic, or their cousins. I actually don't. So
Where do
Why
you
are you
think?
laughing?
Where do you think that came from then?
Because like, isn't it like?
Because
what? No. So no. What?
No, again, this is also what I've heard, and I guess it would make sense that you didn't grow up in that, but wouldn't there be some areas or
At least
Or,
one
like,
of my
where does
friends
it
would tell
come
me,
from?
no, it happened
Oman
with
is a
me
big country.
or a cousin.
it is.
It's big. It's really big. It's the second biggest in the GCC, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
It might be.
It is.
شو يعني
It's Saudi
Saudi
and
and
then
Oman.
Oman, I
يعني
think.
Kuwait is bigger than Oman?
Did I say that?
No. It's the second biggest.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ibrahim's
I think
ready
you're
to
right.
fight today, I feel.
No.
But Oman, what's amazing about Oman, because of how the geographically its shape, it's a linear, it's a vertical shape. So that means they have both the desert and the greenery. So because of how, but like, I want to ask you a question. So where do you think that stereotype came from? Because to be honest, as kids, to the point where even when Oman would play Kuwait in football, like if they beat Kuwait, they did black magic. That's how they beat us. But where did this stereotype come from? Did you hear the stereotype as kids? Like
No.
yeah, 'cause-
Even I've heard of it. Even
No, I
though
heard that
I'm not
anciently
Arab.
there was a lot of black magic يعني from like mountain people that lived in Oman. But nothing like modern today, no.
Okay, yeah,
Even this misconception is not only Oman, by the way. There's several Arabic countries like Morocco.
yeah. As well, yeah.
But look, no, we love Morocco, of course.
No, but
I'm
these are
saying that-
stereotypes.
I'm
These
saying
are stereotypes.
There are
Yeah.
stereotypes
Yeah.
people say about Morocco. Oh, you go to Morocco, you come back.
Yeah,
Witchcrafted.
swimming
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the airport. You'll be
Yeah.
backstroking on the floor
Yeah.
of the airport.
your feet will be switched.
غير Morocco شو في بعد؟ ما there's nothing.
I think Oman and Morocco in the area. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Indonesia, I will
Indonesia?
I will
I've never
verify
heard
it
that.
still exists.
Wait, you know from
verify.
experience?
Because Indonesia in particular, we have a lot of nannies in the GCC that are from Indonesia, and there's a lot of
There's
stories.
a lot of cases,
Oh,
police cases. They got
what?
caught with witchcraft in the homes.
Horrible stuff. Some horrible
That's
stuff.
scary
Yeah,
as hell,
yeah.
Yeah.
bro.
We would hear them in the news.
I think they banned them from being nannies, right?
Oh,
Or
I don't
people don't stopped getting
No,
nannies from
Indonesian
Indonesia.
nannies. Okay, that's scary. So wait, so you're saying that it's like his question about where does it come from?
Maybe a long time ago, I heard some
Okay.
stuff as well.
And now he's like, I've heard some stuff.
But lately,
But not modern
if someone wants to get something done, they would not.
day. They wouldn't do black magic.
They wouldn't try and go through. They'll use other ways of getting something done, not through black magic.
Okay. So it's not really a thing.
Nah, at least not anymore.
nobody talks about it anymore as often as we were
Yeah.
as kids.
It was just like, I mean, even I've heard of it growing
How's
up.
life
but
changed? I mean, technology is magic. We don't need black magic.
ChatGPT is
If
magic.
I
Way
want
faster.
to influence somebody's thoughts and manipulate them, I'll just use TikTok, you know? I don't need
you
to
know from
use...
experience.
I've seen videos online where it's so funny how they say it, like, because now we know a lot because of the internet about like these animals who make sounds at night. They're like, no wonder like people 100 years ago they think black magic is because look at the sounds that these animals are making, and it turns out it's just like some wolf
it's
or
just
something, you know. Yeah, so
interesting.
back in the day, because of we didn't have the internet, everyone would come up with their own story, with their own story for anything.
Any theory,
yeah.
that would-
Like that's why we had a lot of these myths and legends and whatever. But I have I want to be like, I want to put myself in the target because I'm Kuwaiti and I want to speak for Kuwaitis. I think there's a stereotype around Kuwaitis is that they're show-offs or they're arrogant. And tell me if you guys agree or not.
There is that stereotype.
there is that stereotype.
That
yeah.
stereotype exists.
Yeah,
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So,
Especially from a certain Arabic country. They really don't like you.
really?
Yeah.
Can you tell us? Can you
No,
tell
I
me?
don't.
You know which country I'm talking about, right? There's
He
one
knows.
there's one
I have no
nation
idea.
in the Arab world. They're literally from one country only, and the majority of these people from that country, they don't like Kuwaitis. Yeah, I don't know why. Actually, I know why, but
Okay, go for it.
Go for
No,
it.
no,
come on.
He really wants to share this.
I'm not gonna
Go
say
for
it.
it. We can do it in a
But
respectful
every
way.
time I meet a person from Egypt,
Uh-huh.
they really don't like Kuwaiti people. Look, I'm not saying all Egyptians hate you, no. But the ones I've
don't
met,
think we thought
like
that.
a lot of like
Yeah,
most of-
expats, in terms of expats, Egypt is one of the top 3 expats in Kuwait. So there's a lot of Egyptians living in Kuwait. And
Yeah.
I think the reason this might be is because I would say some Egyptians who've had bad experiences in Kuwait, they would kind of share, it passes on. And, like word of mouth is,
Yeah.
people like
And all it
underestimate.
takes is one.
All it takes is one, exactly. One case, one situation, and that's where a stereotype can build. I think this is the power of how like word of mouth or like, and that's why what I love about the UAE is that, and even Kuwait and GCC in general, is that the royal family always tells people like respect other people. Like when they come here, respect them,
Absolutely.
show them, and because you represent the whole society. All it takes is one bad apple, and the whole reputation of that country is ruined.
This is a stereotype, by the way. I'm not saying that this is valid.
So, but coming back to you saying that people think they're show-offs, arrogant.
And it's a
what
stereotype.
do you think of?
I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true because there's a lot of Kuwaitis who do a lot of charity work. Actually, Kuwait is known to do and especially like when it comes to the Palestinian cause and like or any charity work in general, Kuwait is actually one of the top donors or the top people who are doing initiatives. So when it comes to like humanitarian side of Kuwait, it's very known. But yes, of course, there's bad apples in every country, and because of those bad apples, unfortunately, Kuwait has built a bad rep in terms of like show-offs, arrogant, or you know, having their noses like what's the best way to do it?
أعلى ما في خيلك أنت ومعزبك.
But
رافع خشومهم.
Exactly.
They have no filter, even politically.
Yes.
Like the senators, when they speak on live TV, they have no filter.
Things are
But is
changing.
that arrogant?
They will shout.
But is that arrogant?
Things are changing, by the way. in
But you know,
Kuwait.
I can't mention names. I cannot mention.
But he's
names.
right. Kuwait, especially because I don't know.
There's
Kuwait is-
more freedom of speech in Kuwait and
But is
all of
that
GCC.
arrogance though? I don't think that's arrogance. just
No,
because
that's not
you-
arrogance.
It's just because I think they're very loudmouthed.
Okay.
Kuwaitis, they're very loudmouthed. To be honest, like they're very loudmouthed, very outspoken, and because of that, it might be misinterpreted as like showing off or whatever. But Kuwait, we used to say like, I don't know, if there was a democracy in the GCC, Kuwait has some sort of democracy. But things, to be honest, are changing Kuwait drastically now. Majlis Ummah, I think it's closed or something has been closed in Kuwait, and the new leadership.
Yeah, they removed it.
Yeah, they removed it, and the new leadership is like.
They had their own council.
Yeah.
But it's not like
Because of so much problems and corruption that happened, Kuwait has been now, it's in the cleanup phase. And I don't know if you've heard the news. In Kuwait in particular, there's a lot of cases of Sahb Janasi, which is removing citizenship. And
Taking back citizenship.
Taking it back. Really?
Yes. So I think Kuwait is going through like a cleanup phase now because of so much corruption that's happened and these individuals who've unfortunately they've stolen a lot of money from the country, and Kuwait is now doing like, you know, it's a crackdown phase right now. All the people
I know somebody that I know somebody personally.
So these are like people who were like leaders or were
high
part of
profile people,
Okay.
like even celebrities. Some actors they're losing their citizenship, and everyone knows about this, right? It's like public news now. So it's a very like
I love the step up Kuwait did.
You love this?
That's so boss.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
that
so
takes
bad.
courage.
As a Kuwaiti, I can say this, that Kuwait, unfortunately, even though there's so much wealth, so much talent, so much creativity, I know Kuwaitis, some of the most talented creative people in the industry. Like when you think about like the theater scene, Kuwait is top. When you think about these TV shows, the soap operas, they came from Kuwait. So in the region I'm talking about.
I'm a big fan. Just put it out. I'm a big fan of Basir Salim. I don't know if you know who that is.
Basir Salim? No, I don't know that.
He has the OFK in one of the malls. It's like a burger chain.
Oh, okay.
And this is the cool thing. The first franchise that he did out of Kuwait, usually anyone in the Gulf, the first franchise, Dubai, you know, straight away, because it's big, you know, a lot of the population is big as a city.
But he did it in Kuwait.
No, the first franchise was in Oman.
Wow.
Yeah, BNF, and it's burgers and fries, and then he opened Slide Station in Dubai.
Dubai,
Yeah, and then you have OFK in Dubai Mall.
Okay. Yeah.
Burger Gourmet. Like, I think in Oman he has 3.
Yeah, Kuwaitis are known for food.
For food? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the best place. Okay,
For
I can
food,
say this.
you know?
I don't think any GCC person can
but
disagree.
Dubai stepped up. Dubai reached that level.
Yes.
I
Okay,
think
but what?
Kuwaitis have the best food scene in the GCC. I can say this
I
with
agree.
being confident.
They're very
But
foodies.
Dubai stepped up and they reached the same level.
I don't know if they're the same level.
Okay,
Because
but-
I love the Dubai food scene, but I think even UAE people, I know, like people tell me from the UAE, they go for a weekend just to go to Kuwait and just to eat.
Just
What?
eat.
Just to
yeah,
eat
they're
and come back.
foodies. They're
Yeah,
foodies. Like,
they are.
Okay,
We
but
are
like,
foodies. Yeah.
what is it about the food in Kuwait?
You can find everything, like and not just everything. They step it up in everything they do when it comes to the food scene. You have the best cafes you can think of, the best burger scene, the best whatever, the traditional food. You can find anything, and they take it so seriously. And my mom, I think, when I look at this, I look at my mom, because my mom cooks amazing food, but not just that, she's a critic when it comes to food. So if she doesn't like something, she will say that this is bad. Like
You make sure to say it. Yeah.
I think Kuwaitis in general, they have a high standard when it comes to food, so which makes us really good in the food scene.
But I think
cafe-wise,
Yeah.
Dubai is a very high standard.
Yeah, cafe wise, I think Dubai, like,
You want to come and
حتى
compete?
مطاعم.
Yeah.
حتى مطاعم.
Yeah.
We got Michelin restaurants here.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I guess food in general, the taste of the food in general.
But
tastes-
Kuwait-
Probably street food you guys would dominate.
We have,
Yes.
yeah.
Street food.
Yeah.
But when I was looking in, because unfortunately, I didn't know that much about Kuwait. Like I had to do a lot more research about Kuwait, even though I grew up here. But I didn't know Kuwaitis. I didn't even know you were Kuwaiti, by the way.
Not a lot of people do, by the way.
Yeah. So when I was doing research, I saw that there was this term that Kuwait is the Hollywood of the Gulf. Because it's known for its soap operas, movies, theaters, which I had no idea of. TV shows.
Well, no, I don't know if they're, because Saudi Arabia has stepped up a lot. UAE is now stepping up. I think in GCC in general, the scene is kind of changing. But yes, like if you look 10 years back, 15 years back, Kuwait was number one when it comes to
100%.
TV. Like all the GCC, they would open NBC, any channel.
Kuwait was the
Ramadan.
first
Yeah.
developed country in the GCC.
Yeah.
They had they were the only ones back then that had universities,
What?
schools, hospitals. They opened the first hospital in the UAE.
yeah.
Kuwait opened it.
You know a fun fact.
It's called Mustashfa Kuwait Hospital. It
love-
still exists. It's in Sharjah.
my house is right next to it. You know, my dad.
The first university in the UAE, Kuwait opened it.
Even
No.
university?
No, I don't. I
No,
think
what
the
else?
books came, like especially school books, from what I understand, they were brought in from Kuwait to UAE. So
The first school or
Yeah.
first university was a huge contribution from Kuwait.
So there's a
Wow.
special relationship between UAE and Kuwait because when UAE first started, like the what do you call it? The Ittihad happened. When the Ittihad happened, Kuwait was one of the first countries to support UAE when it comes to the hospital, schooling. So because UAE appreciated that so much, they built a roundabout and dedicated it to Kuwait, and a street dedicated to Kuwait. And guess what? I live right next to that roundabout.
Bro, he's a
filmed
true
it,
Kuwaiti right here.
And you know what? Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys brought this up, which is something I love about Sheikh Zayed Allah Yarhamah. He always, which till now, he like, you see it. It's the same mindset, which is bringing the good or the knowledge from whatever developing or
Whatever country it may
whatever
be.
country is, ahead or advanced in a certain area, open to go and learn from them, open for them to come and contribute, having that openness. That's the only way you're going to advance,
Yeah. And also everything that Kuwait has done for the UAE, like back then, Sheikh Zayed had a very good political connection with Iraq. Regardless of that, we still went to war helping the Kuwaitis.
Wow.
Yeah,
Saudi
a lot of
Arabia, Kuwait,
Emiratis died in war in Kuwait. Yeah, fighting for Kuwait. So we can never forget what they have done, and that's why we supported them.
Wow. So there is a beautiful connection
Yeah.
between the UAE and
I remember there was a
Kuwait.
very big show, أظن اسمه سهر الليل. They talked about and I remember my father was alive back then. The show was 2012 or 2011, and they showed all the martyrs that died in Kuwait, and they missed out the Emiratis. And my father was so angry because my father knew the people that died in Kuwait personally.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, where are the Emiratis? And he was like, he started like calling producers. He
So
was
what
like
was
trying
this?
to,
This
he
was
was
like
trying to
a-
reach them, like the Kuwait producers for that show.
So this
Fun
is
fact
a TV
about
show.
it is a TV show. Fun fact about Ibrahim, by the way, you can tell them a Kuwaiti TV show was shot and it is at his house, by the way.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
The connection is endless.
Saq
The
al-Bamboo.
connection.
It's very big.
Yeah.
Because it was banned to be shot in Kuwait. There were multiple
Oh.
Kuwaiti series banned to be shot there. The biggest ones, by the way. Saq al-Bamboo and هذا مال المتزوج أربعة.
I don't know that one, yeah.
But why? Why?
Because there are stories that,
It's a bit controversial.
controversial
Yeah.
and because the stories are true, they happened in Kuwait. They're real cases, so
Okay.
they're
They didn't
banned to
want
be
them
filmed
to
in
be-
Kuwait.
Okay.
So they filmed it in Dubai, and our house was one of the main houses of one of the main of the main characters in the series.
What?
So yeah, they used our house for 3 months, and I was there behind the scenes watching. It's called Saq Al Bamboo.
So this is like a very popular.
It's-
Yeah,
Saq Al
it's
Bamboo
huge.
was very
It's
huge.
huge.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was 19. Saq Al
Oh, this
Bamboo
is a
wasn't
few
old.
years ago.
Yeah, it's not
How
very
do you
old.
feel? How do you feel?
I remember.
How do you feel you learned from being part of the behind the scenes?
Oh, so nice. Look, I met Saad Abdullah. I met Abdullah Al-Blushi. I met Shujun Al-Hajri.
These are celebrities.
Yeah.
Shuji.
Yeah.
I met
Yeah.
Fatma Al-Safi. I met all of them. You know, to one point where I was behind the scenes all the time. So Shuji's bedroom was actually my sister's bedroom. So
Wait,
her
I don't
bedroom
know
in the series
references,
was my
but
sister.
the video is gonna be cool.
And
yeah.
Abdullah Blushi's bedroom, when he was laying down in bed and talking to his mom, and he was like gaming in his room. That was my room. It's my real room that I
Wait,
you know.
so you watched the whole show afterwards?
I didn't watch it. No.
You didn't watch it?
I
You're
watched
like you
it- I
saw
watched
it
it while
live. I
filming.
don't need to see
You saw it
them.
live.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't like very dramatic TV shows.
Okay,
So I
so
watched
it's a soap opera.
It is a soap
Okay.
opera. Well, mostly all these TV shows are
Yeah.
considered soap operas.
like
yeah.
romantic stories, and but Saq Al Bamboo story is very controversial.
Sometimes they use true events that happen in whether in Kuwait or whatever, and they would kind of like based on a true story kind of thing. They would do these shows.
So then these movies or shows would still be shown in Kuwait?
Yeah, they would be shown on
Would they
TVs.
not- Oh,
yeah,
okay.
everywhere. But like, it's so funny because Kuwaiti shows are known for their huge, like melodramatic, like about like divorce and let me divorce you and then cheating. It's those classic soap operas.
Pakistani
Yeah,
shows are the
yeah,
same.
exactly.
Yeah.
So and there's a lot of like jokes that happen on because of that, memes and that happen because of like Jasam Talligni. The funniest like memes that happen all GCC.
All through the shows?
Yeah, because of these shows, and then all the GCC people, like when they sometimes when even in school when they would know I'm Kuwaiti, they would throw these memes at me or make fun of me because of that. Oh, Jasam Talligni, and like the classic.
But they paid us really well, huh? They paid us 3,000 dirhams a day.
3,000
For the house?
For the house.
Shooting at your house?
Yeah. But they
And how many
damaged
days
the
did they
house.
shoot?
They damaged the house, the filming crew. There's a lot of stone.
Did they pay for damages as well?
They didn't pay for damages. They paid 3,000 a day, khalas. And they shot for a whole month then.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, but my mom kept the money. So.
But what about, okay, so we've talked about stereotypes, Kuwait, we've talked about Oman. Let's talk a little bit about the UAE. Is there a stereotype that comes to mind or
Yeah,
a misconception?
the stereotypes about the UAE is that we defecate on prostitutes. This is the stereotype about Emiratis. People from the West they say that we are we do porta potties and that we defecate on women and stuff like that's what they think. They think that we are slavers. We buy slaves and we put them in the sun to work without days off, and we don't give them money. They think that we traffic people from abroad. There's so many stereotypes against the
It's
Emiratis.
endless.
It's endless, yeah. Nothing compared to what they get.
But do
Yeah.
you think this was all old stereotypes? Like I don't think these exist anymore,
No,
right?
they talk about
No,
it till
but
today.
this, though,
Every day,
the
every day.
first one
but
that you
let's say
talked
for the
about, that was like
building,
a
the slavery
viral
for the
Yeah,
for
but
the
the
workers.
slavery thing, I think people talk
They
about
think
that
we
all
give
the
money
time.
to the people killing our brothers and sisters outside. There were very big stereotypes about the. I can't get into politics, yeah?
Try to avoid
Probably
it. Try to
not.
avoid it.
Probably not, yeah. Okay, so one major stereotype. If you had to choose one, and then we can
Porta potty.
dissect that.
Slavery.
So why do you think these stereotypes exist? And like, what do you respond to that?
Honestly, it was because one tweet. There was one tweet by somebody. There was a video that went very viral of a man wearing kandora. But it wasn't an Emirati. It was very clear that this was a white man. It was a British man. You can hear his accent as well. And he, sorry for what I'm about to say, he defecated on a woman, and then it went viral all over the world, and they started saying that look at these Arabs in
I didn't know
Dubai,
that's where it
that's
came
what they do to
Probably
women.
like propaganda, like.
And now
Yeah,
everybody
it
thinks, like literally even in my own comments, yeah, you fly women to Dubai just to do these things on them.
That's
I get these
terrible.
comments on my page every single day by people.
Really, you
Yeah.
still get these comments.
They think we're actually like
Wasn't
that.
this recent? The thing that you're talking about, the viral video.
It's not recent. This was like 3-4
Few
years
years
ago,
ago, yeah.
but they still talk about it. They still think it's. You remember that Ukrainian girl that went to hospital? And she just woke up from a coma recently, yeah? She woke up from a coma. They said they found her body
Oh,
on the side of the street.
She fell from.
She fell. Yeah.
She didn't even give her statement, yeah? She didn't even she was in a coma. Nobody knows what happened to her. And then people are like, oh yeah, she was one of those women that they defecated on. And then she woke up from the coma and she spoke up. And she said the exact opposite of what people were assuming. And then she was like, no, actually the government really helped me out. And they're still tracking down the people that, did this and that to me and stuff. She was pretty much abducted by 2 Russian guys.
Oh.
Can you imagine? Or 2 French guys or something like Western. 2 Western guys abducted her and then threw her on the side of the road. That's the true story. And people still don't believe it. They're like, she was paid to say that. Come on. We don't put on a show here, This is it's a real country with real laws, with a real police system, with a real police force, with real task forces, with real crimes that happen sometimes.
Probably even more real than the West.
Yeah. Yeah, so these are the stereotypes.
There's one regarding how one incident can just ruin
the whole perception.
And also, unfortunately, a lot of minds are like the sheep. They just follow, right?
They want to
without
find something negative and then they
They
and
choose
this
to
happened,
find the negative.
This happened with Oman and UAE's football game, right? That one game, the fans, whatever happened, there were some hooligans there. There was a lot of, there's a fight that broke out after that. And then after that, some tension was there between Oman and UAE. And I was like, this is so stupid.
Like big tension, like between the whole countries.
Yes.
But football fans.
Yeah, football fans. But that, and then transcended to the rest of the, a lot of people. Maybe 15 years.
I don't watch football, so I didn't really care.
No, but there was an impact. Like even when the UAE team came to Oman to play, maybe it was the next, and it was all part of the GCC Cup. They were escorted with the police cars all the way from the border, all the way to Oman, to Muscat, all the way back, right?
Because of what happened.
Yes, because what happened in the UAE, now Oman, they're like, okay, we're gonna, And this is, for me, this is so stupid. Like how I can have my cousin, in UAE, I can have, like Oman and UAE, we're all like one, right? Originally, we're all one. So, and then out of a game, something goes wrong, and whatever happens there is just a sports game. And this happened also with Egypt and Algeria. After the game, the tension started, and a lot of people for me, I find it so stupid and so sad how humans can
get influenced by something like that.
You have centuries where you guys, are in good terms, and then out of one football
Small
game,
incident.
Football always does this, man. Yeah, like Bahrain and Indonesia. Remember the clash that happened between them?
And then he got attacked because
And
they
I was
thought
Wait, what?
this is hilarious.
I don't even watch football.
Wait,
I don't even know that Bahrain is actually playing against Indonesia, because I know the Indonesian team is pretty powerful, and Bahrain actually kicked their butts, بصراحة.
So wait, why did you get attacked?
Well done, Bahrain national team. Yes, Bahrain football, #1 football. Yes, they won fair and square against Indonesia. Oh yes.
Okay, but why did you get attacked?
So can I say that the referee the referee had the same name as you?
No, the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, okay.
Of Bahrain's team has the same name as me,
So they thought you're...
and he has some facial features that are similar to me, but not really. And they thought I was Bahrain's goalkeeper because the same name verified on TikTok. Oh, that's him. So I got attacked by thousands of Indonesians.
What? That's so
And they were
funny.
writing stuff that didn't make sense. Haha, Mafia Arab. Yes.
Death threats,
Mafia
right?
Arab, death threats, Mafia Arab.
But it just shows you how football can literally influence
Football,
I feel like sports in general, even when I think of cricket, because for us, India, Pakistan, when it comes to cricket, it is one of the most intense matches. Even if you don't watch, I don't watch cricket, but I watch India-Pakistan cricket match.
It's like a war, right?
Yeah, it's like sports in general just brings that weird tension in you, and sometimes it's unnecessarily intense. It's not that big a deal as
Football fans that take stuff seriously are genuinely stupid. They're
I would
really
agree,
they
though.
actually have low IQs. Really,
Bro,
they think football is
he's
life.
so
Football is
offended
life.
by that.
I'll go kill a friend of mine because he supports Manchester City or United, and I'm an Arsenal or a Liverpool fan. And they will actually not be friends anymore because they're fans of two different clubs.
They take it too seriously.
Thank goodness none of us are like that.
It's even better when they're supporting clubs which are in another country, and then they're
and they're not even from
And they're not even from England. And by the way, it's even in Kuwait, because I've seen this. Like
Really?
you would have like in Majlis, or people like they're like as if someone is like they're gonna die because of this. They scream at each other about two teams that are not even from their country
Real
in England
Madrid
and these
Barcelona.
countries.
Yeah.
Why, like Man City versus whatever? Like, why are you
Why
so
do you
angry?
care about
Why
it
do you
so
care about
much?
some other countries? And then it's as if like if you support that team since you were a kid, it's like your identity is tied with that team. But that team is not even from your country. Like,
It's like they're like your family in a way. Like, but
I
they're
once
not.
went inside one of my like family members. He's a young kid, not very young, like he's like 17 today. And I went inside his room and he had Juventus all over. I'm like, so you're a hardcore Juventus fan, yeah? He's like, yeah. I was like, do you know which country it belongs to, right? He's like, yeah, I know. It's Italian. I was like, yeah, okay. Have you been to Italy? He's like, no. Do you know their president's name? No. Do you know their population? No. Can you name any other dish besides pasta, lasagna, and pizza? No. I'm like, can you name
You really hate
Can you name
football
three
fans.
cities? Can you name 3 cities in Italy? So he named like one.
But it's true. Like they connect with it as much as like more than their own family. Like they have that weird sort of connection. to
How
it.
do you see that, like in terms of girls? Do you guys
I mean,
have
I
something?
find it so dumb. Like I don't get it.
No, okay. This is us in sports, but for girls, do you guys have
is there
something
a way that
you guys can
like,
be
I
like
guess
taking
They
sides?
fight over
and-
makeup brands, man.
No, that's
You
not what
guys-
girls
And
do.
Labubu colors.
No, obviously this is like male perception of what women fight over. But I think
What do you guys fight over?
probably like when I think of hardcore fans, it's probably like musicians, artists. Like there are girls who like are hardcore fans of like Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift and
Billie Eilish.
and they're like crazy about them, as if like if they see them in person they'd start like bawling their eyes out, like that kind of crazy. So yeah, I think there is another that's the women version of it.
Yes,
I
you're
guess.
right. Actually, I think with women, they're more with let's say actors,
Yeah, I would
artists,
say so.
or singers.
Yeah,
in
I don't know if
specific,
men have
and,
something like that. Like
I don't think
it's
we
more
get as
football.
crazy. Like if there's a concert or something, you'd see the women fading, not the men. Nowadays, the men.
And they're crying.
Unless it was Michael Jackson back in the day, you'd see both genders just like.
just crying, bowing.
And have you seen that aura farming? He's just standing there and people are just fainting and they could take them to the hospital.
What?
Michael Jackson would step on stage and he would stand for like 3 minutes. He'd just be standing and people are just fainting because he's just he's not doing anything. And he's like, and then I saw this meme like Michael Jackson is the original aura farmer. It's like he's just standing there.
I love that.
And they would take them to the hospital. Like you paid the ticket to go to this concert to see this artist, and he didn't even sing yet, and you're already in the hospital. Like, what is happening
That
here?
is insane. Yeah, I would never understand that level of. But there are people like
I
that.
love Michael
But,
Jackson. He's a great guy. But if I saw him in person, I might actually get scared.
yeah, he looks scary.
Facially, he looks scary.
He looks
for-
kind of scary, even to me. I thought I was the only one, but for me, like
I mean,
every
with the
time.
number
Like I get
surgery
nightmares
he
of him
had.
sometimes.
What? But coming back to our topic of cultures, I think one thing that I would love to talk about is there something like a unique tradition? It could be something about your country that you wish more people knew about, that people aren't really aware of, that you'd wish people know more about.
I mean, I love the Omani halwa, and I would love to welcome it to everyone.
I saw there was like this world record that Oman did with like the largest possible Omani halwa.
I don't like these.
You don't like them? These world records?
Yeah, no.
It's cool.
I don't see any sort of achievement out of that. Unless if it's going to be utilized, okay. But if it's going to be thrown
I mean,
away,
they must have eaten
then no. That's a lot of sugar. So
True.
I don't know how you're going to split that up. But yeah, I don't want us as Arabs or Muslims to start taking pride out of, biggest pot of rice or biggest pot of biryani or biggest pot of mendi or biggest pot of halwa or any of these, for
Like
me,
food
lame
related.
achievements. Nah, we need to get try and achieve more in technology. You know, I want that 100%.
Oman's beautiful for its nature. It has the best nature in the GCC.
Yeah.
In terms of nature, what I like
It has
about
a
Oman,
waterfall. In the desert, in the GCC, there's a waterfall, a real
I
one.
know.
A real one, guys. Not built by slaves. I promise. It's real. And it's in Oman. It's in Salalah.
Well, I went to Salah last year. I couldn't believe that I was in the GCC.
It's a rainforest. It's a literal rainforest.
Yeah.
And that's what's amazing about geographically how Oman is. You see all sorts of terrains, like different terrains in Oman. Like
and they're not very spread out.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, Saudi has
Oh yeah.
just as much, right?
Yeah.
I
But
haven't
it's
seen
very spread out.
Yeah.
Like,
Because Saudi is more like
It's so
wider.
big,
Yeah,
yeah.
wider. Yeah.
they have beautiful, but very spread out. In Oman,
Abha,
you
for
have
example.
Yeah.
Fi?
Yeah, of course. In
Shalalat?
Saudi, yeah. No, do they have waterfalls in Saudi? I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but if you go towards Jizan or
Jizan, yeah. Oh
But
yeah,
they
I've been
have,
to
like,
Jizan. They have
greenery.
monkeys in Jizan. I was in Jizan. I was in Jizan like
that's
2
so
months
fun.
ago.
What
On
was
the
it
way
like?
to Mecca, I saw monkeys on the highway, I swear.
But like,
What? I never
was
saw
like,
monkeys.
They're like, I felt like I was in Sri Lanka. I'm like, what is happening here?
But Oman's nature is like insane. Like I've never seen, especially in this region, like in GCC region, because when I went there, I forgot that I was in the Gulf. Like it was definitely
One
beautiful.
of my Saudi friends he's been to Salalah so many times, and he calls it Hawaii al-Khalij. Like the Hawaii of the GCC.
Oh, Hawaii. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
makes sense.
We say, Switzerland of the GCC.
Yeah. I think I've
Hey,
heard that quite a lot. Yeah.
I'll take
Switzerland.
that.
But
But Switzerland of Khalij, this one I think more of how it is politically.
you think so as well,
What?
right?
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
100%. Because
Ah.
Oman constantly managed to stay neutral.
Neutral,
Yeah,
yes,
that
true,
makes
true,
sense.
true. And Omani people in general, there's a stereotype about Omanis as well, which is a positive stereotype, is that they're so friendly and so welcoming, and they're too nice. Like they're too
They're
nice.
like extra nice.
Yeah, like too nice. Like
So
you know,
that's-
they're the Canadians of like of the
the
GCC.
Gulf.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's literally, bro.
Omanis are the
Yeah,
Canadians
yeah.
of the GCC.
They're
Wow,
always
never heard of
apologize.
that.
Like they
You
apologize.
guys are the US of the GCC. You're always against everybody.
What?
And they're the Canadians, yeah. No, but seriously, Omanis are like too nice, too well. Like, خلاص, yeah, you're being too nice, bro. You know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But even in the hadith, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, I think one of the people complained that they went somewhere and they were mistreated. And then when they went and told the story to the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ said, if you had gone to Oman, they wouldn't have done that to you. So that says that people in Oman would treat you
It wasn't
nice.
called Oman before, no?
No, it was. I think it was.
It was?
Really?
Yeah. You know that hadith, when I went to Muscat airport, it was a Muscat airport? It's literally pasted.
there.
It's in the airport. And I loved it.
Really?
I took a picture of it. That specific hadith that he mentioned.
way.
Yeah, it's in the airport. So I took a picture. I'm like, yeah, that's how proud they are. The Omanis proud they are. That they are so welcoming to the guest, so friendly to the guest that even the Prophet honored them with that badge of honor. Is that he said that if you had gone to Oman, they wouldn't have treated you badly.
Oh, that's
La, bas-
beautiful.
yeah,
And
it
I
is,
didn't
yeah.
know Oman was the word that they would have used.
Yeah. I think it's literally Oman, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because the old name of
they are.
Oman is Bilad al-Majan, which is very, very long time ago. Very,
Okay.
very long
I
time
agree.
ago.
I
And then-
vouch for this. I also have been, but not in Muscat. I've been on the border of Oman, because there's a farm that my family, some relatives have, and their farm is there. It's inside Oman, so we go to that farm sometimes. And I remember because it's a village, so there are very few restaurants and stuff. And even in the restaurant, it's very traditional. You sit on the floor and you eat. And they bring the big sini of rice. And I remember that when they saw new faces there, they didn't let us pay.
Oh,
They didn't let us pay.
wow.
They let us leave without paying anything.
Oh, that's so
I remember.
cool.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
you know-
hospitality is a big
Yeah, they're
thing.
very
there.
In
hospitable.
terms
Yeah.
of, I'm very grateful that, different nations have this perception about the Omanis. But this is how we Omanis feel in terms of who are from Muscat, comparing to the ones from the interior, from other areas. When we go there, we're like, wow, these people are nice.
Oh, really?
That's the difference. So
Between
yeah.
So it's
yourselves.
when you go in
Yes.
further in
But I think
Oman, you
that's
feel that.
maybe with most countries where the capital is a bit more.
Yeah, I guess in Pakistan, if I
Aggressive.
think about it, it's more the northern areas of Pakistan that's like known for the incredibly kind people, incredibly like Hunza, those villages.
You know
But
that in the UAE we have a land that's
Yeah.
Omani,
We're
and
gonna
inside the
talk
Omani
about
land
this.
there's a UAE land.
Yeah, can you talk about
Actually,
it?
we were the first people who talked about it online.
Oh, really?
Yeah, us like Nas News Arabia,
Okay.
and it was my video
It
that
went
I've
viral
done.
too. It did well. It
It
went
did very
viral.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
It was one of the most viral videos we ever posted.
So what is it?
But it was in Arabic. The whole video was in Arabic. So we actually went there. Not Isa, and Isa wasn't
Yeah,
there,
it was
but like
Ebrahim.
other colleagues. We went there. It was a place called Najwa. Okay. So it's UAE. So you're in the UAE. Inside the UAE, there's like a plot that's Oman. Within that plot, there's another land, like an area that belongs to the UAE. So Oman's plot is like a donut. So that's literally Oman. Like your cell service changes there,
Yeah.
and you're talking about a 1-2 kilometer radius.
That's
It
cool.
changes. It changes from Salat to something else to the Omani carrier.
But when you're going there, do you know you've entered Oman? Like how
Yeah,
is
there's
it?
Yeah,
borders.
There's
the flag
borders.
changes.
Oh, the flags.
The road,
There's
the type
signs,
of
there's
tarmac
signs.
changes. You see the line, literally. Yeah? And they have two separate fire departments. One is an Emirati, one is an Omani fire department.
What? And there are people living
No, they're
in
friends.
each?
Like they come out, hey, what's up, bro? Like, like yeah.
It's one of the most interesting borders ever in the
But
whole
everybody
world.
that lives, and there are Omanis that live within that jurisdiction. There are actual, and then their neighbors are Emirati, because that land was given to them by Oman to live there. So they're in Oman technically.
So it's a UAE inside the Oman, inside the UAE. It's literally like
But
that.
for emergencies, like obviously they don't have a hospital from Oman there. It's very small. So obviously the ambulances, in case stuff happened, they would be picked up by Dubai, like UAE ambulance, UAE health authorities, and taken to the hospitals.
Okay. So, but how is it like going
most
there?
cases, like these areas, there would be one certain tribe.
Yeah.
Oh, there are certain tribes that
Yeah,
live there,
yeah,
you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Okay.
let's say in Mahadha, it's Ka'bi. That's the area.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to
في
ask.
sheikh
Like,
بعد.
when you
There's a
went
sheikh
there.
for that area. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, when you went there, well, how was it like? What was different about the
It
environment?
was so different. It's not like you're in the UAE. Like it was very it's very rocky. It's not a desert. It would the air was very dry, not humid at all, not like Dubai. The people were different. They also had a different dialect. They looked different. They dressed different. They sounded different. We went to the fire department and I met 2 firefighters. There are only 2 firefighters active on the job, and they were jogging. They weren't even inside. I'm like, what? I'm like, guys, what if there was a call? They're like, we don't get calls, man. Like there are barely any fires. They don't have nothing. We went to the fire department and they were like serving us gahwa. They turned on the TV. They're like, please don't leave. They're so bored.
They're like, finally, we
They're
have
so
people.
bored, yeah.
Ah.
Well, I think what's with how is the border control like there? You don't need to stamp to get into
No.
nothing. So it's like an open border, right?
It's open.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
There
like
is no border.
There's no border. It's like, even though it's like jurisdiction, I don't know, the jurisdiction is that that's actually Oman, that's actually UAE, but it's
But I
like
have
an
a
open
question.
border. Like,
If I committed a crime in the Omani jurisdiction and I just take a step back on the other street,
I
Is
guess
that-
it's Omani then, because you were
so
on
I'm
Omani
prosecuted
land.
in Oman.
Yeah,
Depends
I think.
where the crime was
I don't know,
committed.
man.
It depends on the crime.
Probably where
So
it
like,
was committed,
I can go to one of the stores and steal something,
and then go back to UAE.
and then go back to the UAE.
why is that a hypothetical? Brian? Why do you want to steal that?
No. No. I'm saying if a person would
Which
commit a
kind are you
crime,
trying to?
if a person would commit a crime there, where would he be prosecuted? And will he be prosecuted if he just
He goes back to the
1
UAE.
kilometer away?
Yeah, but
But then he needs to go through Oman, right? To go.
No, it's a land in the UAE.
Oh yeah, true.
So it's open borders. Open borders. Yeah. It's a very unique area. I think it's a very I don't think any place exists in the world except for that area in Europe where it's a building. Have you heard of this? Right?
No.
Where it's like there's literally a house in between Hungary, I think, and like Belgium or something like that, where it's like it's literally a house. So you go from one room, you're in Belgium, you're in the other room, you're Hungary, and then you go upstairs, you're in like France or something like.
2 separate
Yes.
electric bills.
Yeah, 2 separate electric bills.
Yeah, 2
There's-
No
separate
way, bro.
electric meters. You know,
Yes, it's insane.
Yeah.
I want
Same
to go
house.
there and make a video.
That's so
and people
cool.
have done so many videos have done. We need to go there and this.
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
So these are like these weird like borders in the world, and I think that area in Oman and UAE is considered one of those.
I don't think
unique.
like especially the donut. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
that
crazy.
ever.
It's not like
that
a
is
literal
ever,
donut.
Yeah,
but
but
like,
as in it's
a
like
dot within
around.
within a country.
Yeah. Okay, so now unique traditions that you wish more people knew about. It could be tradition. It could be something about your country. We can talk about. We've done Oman.
I mean, I love that which we all share, like how the hospitality.
Yeah,
like
that's
how
common across. I feel like.
Yes, like we get somebody on the road who probably is lost or needed, like you hear it different. Like there was somebody said that they got a cab, right, and they were supposed to go to the airport, and the cab driver was like, "What time is your flight?" And it was like maybe 8 hours later or something. The cab driver was like, "All right, you know what? Let's pass by somewhere real quick, if you don't mind." He's like, "Yeah, fine." He took the passenger home and had a meal together and everything, and then dropped him to the airport. So I love this, and I would love also the new generation to continue, having this warmth, while we deal with guests or expats who come.
And I think it comes from religion as well, because when I think of hospitality, of course I'll bring up Pakistan. Pakistanis are also
Islamic.
very hospitable, and it's because of Islam. It comes from religion, because it's not just. I mean, probably Oman is one of the most hospitable, but I know in UAE it's the same, in Kuwait it's the same, Gulf in general, and it must be from
Kuwait,
Islam.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If you're a guest in their home in Kuwait,
Really?
yeah, they will feed you till you die.
I would say the same thing about Omanis and Emiratis
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
common.
Like every time you go to, like they give you the coffee, and they don't want to stop giving you coffee. Like, come on, I'm done. Like, but it's like it's part of our culture, like hospitality. But I have a curious thing I want to know, because I just thought about this. So I want to ask you this actually, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts. So as a person from the GCC, whenever I travel, how many countries have you been in the GCC, by the way? Like other than Oman?
Saudi, Oman, UAE.
You've been to Qatar?
That's it.
You've not been
Qatar.
You've been to Qatar. Okay,
yeah.
so you haven't been
Very
to Kuwait
nice
yet.
people.
Yeah, I love Qatar.
Yeah,
but-
Qatar's amazing as well. So when we travel between GCC, what I love about the way I travel is that we have our own Majlis town, which is like in the airport. You go and you have your GCC lane. So it's like and you skip the line, whatever. It feels good to be part of the GCC when you go. But I want to hear your perspective. So how does that feel? Yeah, how does that feel for you? Like, does that when you wait in line, you see all these GCC people?
No, UAE residents have their own line now.
Yeah, UAE residents have their own line.
Yeah, they don't go through passport control. Yeah, you go with the ID.
Oh yeah, the gate.
Emirates
the
ID,
gate.
yeah, Emirates
yeah,
ID.
we have the smart gates.
Yeah,
smart gates, yeah.
So they don't wait in the queue.
Yeah,
Only
I
tourists.
don't do that anymore.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Only
But
tourists.
before, I guess before smart
Before.
gates, I
Yeah.
would notice that. I think for me, like I don't think I would feel bad or anything. For me, it just I was like, yeah, like I know I'm Pakistani. It makes sense that there is that, and it like for example, when I go to Europe, it's the same thing. Like if you're from Europe, if you're a part of the EU, you would have a separate line. So I guess I realized that that's like the norm. I wouldn't really think too much of it.
I kind of had like this guilty feeling. Like sometimes when I would be skipping the lines, I'd be like, all these people.
Really?
But if you go to
That's
Europe,
because you're nice, I guess.
Yeah,
if you go to Europe, you're gonna be the guy who's
True. You're right.
But would they ask? Did they usually they ask a lot of the questions like in Europe, like what is the reason of your visit?
All the time.
Oh, they ask?
All
Because
the
I've never
time.
been asked here.
Here?
Yeah, what's the reason of your visit? Well, I'm just going home, bro.
Why would they ask you? You're Emirati.
Yeah,
Of course
you're
they're not gonna ask you.
Emirati.
No, because it just feels weird because I've never been asked here, but when I go abroad, they ask me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
And
it's a
sometimes-
weird
I get
question.
asked all
And
the
in
time.
Germany, they ask me a lot of
They
questions.
interrogate you. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time I went to the US. I think this was the second time I was going, or the first time, and I was a little nervous because I was like, I know in the US they're kind of racist. So yeah, I was just like a little worried.
In GCC, they don't ask us. Like if I go to
Yeah,
Kuwait,
I would
they won't-
imagine you wouldn't.
like,
They wouldn't.
They're like, okay, yeah, just go.
Yeah.
They don't where
But
I'm saying
honestly,
nothing.
even as a resident, they wouldn't really ask me. Even before smart gates, they wouldn't ask me a lot. It was mostly when I would go to Europe or anything. Like when I went to the US, they actually, as I went through, they stopped me and they said that they took me to the Homeland Security area. I don't know.
They did that to you.
Yeah,
I've never had that
and
done
I
to
was
me.
like, this is like what I see online. This is happening to me. Oh my God. And when I went there, I just, honestly, thank goodness, I just sat there for like, I was wondering what would they ask me. I sat there for like a minute or less, and they said, "Yeah, you're good."
That's it. They didn't even ask
They
you.
didn't
anything?
ask me anything.
Me and
so I
my
was
mom
lucky
were in
that
JFK
regard.
in 2009, 2010, New York, JFK. And back then, the Islamic...
It was post 9/11. That's why.
Yeah. And the Islamic also voice wasn't as heard as today. Today, like, no, they will not mess around with like hijabis. But back in 2009, 2010, my mom went through, the security checkpoint, and the man was like, hands up. My mom was like, no, I'm wearing a hijab. You can't touch me. He was like, what do you want? She was like, can a woman please check me? So we don't have women on the shift right now. And he was like, if you don't do this, we're going to arrest you. You're going to be checked right now. And I swear the guy started checking my mom. She was so pissed off.
That's crazy. Even if you're Muslim or not, like, that's disrespectful. That's inappropriate regardless.
Yeah, JFK, you suck.
I don't think that could ever happen now. Like
No, no.
I feel like not now.
Now, if you're a Muslim, there's a Muslim lady that checks you in the airport.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
A woman. Like in Australia, London, everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people talk a lot about oppression and no respect for women in this region and all of that. But that is an example of disrespect in general, whether you are a Muslim or not. As a woman, that is disrespectful for a man to do that.
True. But I think it was like because it was post 9/11 and they were just being like a-holes to all Muslims basically.
And then a couple of months later, we were in the States when Osama bin Laden died.
Oh my God.
Really?
And my dad was in Dubai. He wasn't with us. He told us, he's like, don't leave the apartment. Do not get out of the apartment for a couple of days.
Yeah, that's
Or
scary.
he's like, Ebrahim, you can go, like, buy groceries, but don't let your mom go out with
But
that
even
job.
did you have a beard then? Because I feel like even
I
people
was
with
young.
beard.
I was a kid.
Okay, yeah.
No, I looked Asian.
That's crazy.
I mean, you are Asian.
So have you guys felt like racism? That was a racist moment, obviously, like in
My
that
mom?
point.
Yeah.
What about you personally? Have you felt racism traveling?
I felt racism once. Yeah, I did. Like, always with my mom, not me. Yeah. There would never be like racist towards like men, because you can't really tell where the guy is from, what's his religious background.
Because I feel like even people with beards, they're like that. Because
Khalas, there are beards
your
everywhere
dad?
now.
Or
my sister's husband, I guess not as much, but my sister's husband, you can tell he is not. Yeah, he's Muslim because he has a beard. He looks
Long
Pakistani.
beard, maybe.
No, same as you. And they live in Scotland, so you can tell that.
Scottish.
I mean, one of the trips I was landing, I think it was in London, and I was just walking, and all of a sudden this old blonde lady was like rushing to me with a very angry face, coming straight. And I'm like, oh God, here it goes.
Excuse me, sir.
Wait, was she Russian? Where was she from?
I don't know where she's
Oh,
from.
okay, sorry, yeah.
She's British, but yeah, she's blonde and old lady. And just before she gets to me, this other lady who was also part of the staff or the security came to me, and she was smiling, and she was like, "Oh, you just landed from Saudi?" I'm like, "No, actually not."
Everyone who looks like that just is from Saudi.
I did not come from Saudi. But
oh my God.
she's like, "Oh no, where are you coming from?" Coming from Dubai. Okay, welcome. Please come this way. I was like, whew.
Oh.
That lady was
You
about
dodged a
to.
bullet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but first time in the US, yes, I went to the same room.
Same? But did they ask you anything?
Yes, they did.
But I'll be honest, London, the respect they have for Arabs in the airport is like above normal. Yeah.
What?
Not
There's a
anymore.
lot
I
of
never
Muslims
felt
in
that.
No,
London.
because Arabs own London.
Oh, yeah,
No, I
that
swear,
makes
they own London. They
Literally,
they
UAE
pay,
got their own.
they pay everybody that works for the government in London. Arabs, Qatar, UAE, Oman, I'm sure.
And they have Kuwaitis have like little real estate in London. I know Kuwaitis who have real estate in
They
London.
did it when I went to London last time. It was like a year and a half ago. They didn't even ask me why I was in London. I was like, "Come on, interrogate me. Say something." It's like, "Enjoy your visit, sir. Here's your lovely passport."
They respect GCC people now. But to be honest, like, because I lived abroad for 7 years. I was in Canada, but during that period, I would take these trips, like these volunteer trips to different countries with a group of all Westerners. So the Trump's first term, like not his term, his first term.
Yeah.
Right before he got elected, there was a lot of tension between Muslims and whatever, like that period. So that was a period when I traveled with these bunch of Americans. And this is one of the few times like I felt actual racism. So there was one trip I was in Dominican Republic for, and I was with a bunch of Americans, and they were talking about like, oh yeah, where are you from? Like, and they knew I was Muslim, and because I would share these rooms with these guys, and I would have to pray in the room. And this guy, like one of the American white guys, he would come and like, he felt offended that I was praying in front of him. He's like, what the hell? Like, that was the first period he was literally like, what is this guy doing? I'm like, and I was praying. Obviously I had to finish. And then his face was like all like disgusted. Disgusted. Like this guy's praying in the room that we were sleeping in. And then after that period, him and another girl in the volunteer trip, they came up to me and they're like, oh, they were trying to ask me questions about being Muslim, whatever. He's like, you know what? Like, Eisa, if you go to the US now, like in Alabama, they'd shoot you. I'm like, what?
What the hell?
I'm like did they? And I was like,
what did I do?
Yeah, I was like 22 years old that period. I was like 22, 23. I'm like, why are you saying this to me? It's like, yeah, they don't like Muslims.
I would have trolled him if he said that to me. They shoot me? No, I shoot me. I will blow you up, brother. You are gonna have way more.
So they felt like, I'm like, that was the first period that.
No, that is like explicitly racist. Yeah.
And then there was another period where I was on another trip, volunteer trip. There was this native Australian guy. Australia, they have native people there. Just like how there's native Indians in America, they have native Australians. They look
They're
different.
kind of dark skinned.
Yes.
Like the Aboriginals.
Yeah, exactly. So I was the only Arab Muslim with them. And during the trip, he got to know me. First, he was weirded out by me when I found out I was Arab Muslim. But then when he got to me, he's like, he came up to me during the trip. He said, you know what? Like, I've never met a Muslim before, but I thought Muslims were all horrible people. I'm like, I'm surprised you're a nice person.
You heard of the Saudi that died, right? They got stabbed to death in the UK a couple of days ago.
Oh my God. There's always some
I do
stabbing.
remember the incident with I think it was Emirati ladies? There was a guy.
Oh, that's old, yeah. 3 Emirati ladies got killed by a UK mug. Yeah, some psycho. But no, this happened only like last week. A Saudi student was killed in the UK by a British man, a white guy, same age.
I mean,
they're all students in the same university. He got stabbed to death.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so there's some.
And they're like it turned the place upside down. But then on the same week, the same other group of people from the same area, same school, there was a Kuwaiti student that got harassed or threatened by another group of kids. They're also British, and he filed a police report, and the police arrived and told the Kuwaiti. This was after the Saudi guy's death. They told the Kuwaiti student a few days later. They're like, please don't tell your embassy. Please don't tell your embassy, because the Saudis are pissed off.
As they should be.
They are pissed off.
Yeah.
Remember when they falsely accused us of killing the little girls that passed away in the dance class? They went and burned down a mosque. Turns out that the guy that killed them was a kid that was Christian. He wasn't even Muslim.
Oh yeah, they were attacking all South Asians in the UK, right? This was recent.
Like Arabs are like going to protests in London. Like, it's not a joke.
No, but like this is crazy, and a
Every
lot of
year
these
an Arab student gets
and
killed.
a lot of these scenarios, they're not in like mass media. Like you wouldn't, like for instance, I didn't know about this, but when it's the opposite. When it's a white person,
you wouldn't hear the end of it. Yeah.
It's literally everywhere. But this I didn't know about, and there's a lot of scenarios like this people don't know about. Even the words that they use, for example, if there is a brown person who committed something wrong, they will intentionally always use the word Muslim. But there was an actual stat around this where when a white person committed a murder,
they don't mention their religion.
They always say far right extremist. Never religion
or someone's soul
just a name, just a name.
Or a name,
Lone wolf, whatever,
Never a religion is associated, and never nationality is associated. But yeah, unfortunately,
Arabs get harassed a lot. Khalijis, especially in the UK, too much. Not in London anymore, like less in London, but London is still dangerous.
By the way, I think in general, Islamophobia there is a resurgence to Islamophobia recently, especially from what I see on Twitter. It's insane, by the way. Like, speaking of London, like there was a video I made. This is funny. This is a funny story. So there's a video I made about London like a few years back that's recently circulated on Twitter recently. So basically the pitch of that video is that why is London the most brown city in the UK? And it's like, oh, look at this guy, he's brown. And look at this guy, he's brown. And then this video I got reposted on Twitter by some far-right British guy. And the comments are just just like, this is disgusting. What is happening to the UK? We must kill all these brown people, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's crazy. So I think in general, like racism and Islamophobia is on the rise again. Like,
why? Why do you think that?
There's an Islamophobic person on Twitter. He's British. Oh, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
And he runs with these
he has like a whole like cult or something.
They're like, they have a cult. Yeah.
But
a cult.
I mean,
and they're in the UK.
I like that you brought that up. Like how now it's a problem that there are so many brown people in let's say in London.
Yeah.
But on the vice versa, when let's say the UK or whatever, was in their countries, yes, and colonizing their countries, that was fine. But now when the same people are coming now to their country, now it's a problem.
Exactly.
London will be Islamic. We will take over. We already took over Hyde Park.
Every time.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Every time. Every single time. Okay, so we're almost towards the end of this episode. I think we've talked a lot about the differences in our cultures, the similarities in the cultures. It was pretty exciting talking about all of this. I think one thing I want to touch a little bit upon before we end is because we were talking a lot about hospitality, and I know that's quite common across the Gulf. What is a way in which, like a unique way in which people in the Gulf usually welcome guests that come into their house? I know there's the gawa. There's also tea. Like there's a big tea culture as well in the Gulf culture.
I think coffee is bigger.
Bigger, but tea is still there. Yeah,
it's there.
Yeah,
but
coffee is bigger.
Coffee and dates. This is like
standard.
Halwa, yes, Oman, but also in Bahrain.
Bahraini halwa is popular as well. Yeah.
But coffee and dates, this is like...
They give them the oud for the bukhur. They pass it around.
Oh, and as soon as guests enter, and then so how big is the tea culture then? Like, because I heard, and also I know tea is different across.
Gawa's Emirati.
bigger.
I'm speaking for the UAE, and I'm not sure about
same. Now it's a big... the Karak is huge.
Now Karak.
Karak, yeah.
Well, in Kuwait, in the Diwaniyas or the Majlis, there's a lot of black tea.
That's
so
what
we don't drink like green tea or stuff like that or other teas, but black tea is very popular in Dewani.
Matcha.
With milk.
Matcha, yeah. I mean the cafés is
that was the new thing.
But in the traditional
in the
sense, in the Majlis, matcha. Imagine matcha being distributed in the Majlis.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But,
so wait, do you have it with milk?
Yeah, sometimes, but usually usually without milk.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yes, so but sugar, you like how many teaspoons of sugar you want, but tea is generally passed around. But I think tea, like for like proper hospitality, it's always coffee, and then tea is more of like a chill, like hey, you want to chill?
There.
Yeah,
it's more social.
Yeah.
You guys also had, of course, the water where you wash before you have your dates.
What?
They do
you
that?
wash your
Long
dates?
time ago, not anymore.
Yeah.
We all share the same
pot.
It's a bowl of water?
I
Oh, you
remember I was
clean
a
your
kid. I'm
hands
like,
in it.
you just put your hands in there.
I went to an Indian restaurant.
I'm not sure this would make my fingers cleaner.
I don't know if we do that.
I went to an Indian restaurant here. They did the same. They got a big bowl and they were
everyone-
pouring water on the table.
okay.
They were pouring water
yes,
for me to like wash.
Okay,
I don't know.
that
I mean,
makes
I don't know if
sense.
we do that
makes sense.
in Pakistan. I know my dad likes to do that. My dad does it with lemon. He like puts lemon all. I don't think that's a Pakistani thing. It's just my dad thing. But
It's a dad thing.
after if you eat seafood.
Seafood,
we
yeah.
do that.
oh,
we do,
that's
yeah.
also
For the smell.
okay. He probably
Yeah, yeah.
got it.
My
from-
dad used to do
My
the
mom
same.
used to. I remember when we would have seafood and whatever
And they would eat with their hands.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then they would put lemon.
they would put
Okay.
lemon to remove the scent because seafood has that strong
smell. But so we were talking about gawa and tea culture. I guess gawa is a much bigger culture in the Gulf. What does it signify? Like, we can talk a little bit about tea also. What does it signify? But gawa, because you said that's bigger. Like,
That's
why?
an interesting question.
Because, like, for instance, in Pakistan, we also serve chai. For us, it's chai. When you come to our house, we have to ask you if you want chai. And even if you say no, we will bring you chai.
Our gawa beans aren't like the same gawa beans you find in the Caribbean. They're not the same.
Oh, okay.
Our beans are specifically grow here in this region. How? أنا سمعت some people from dates, حبوب الdates, or other ways of, I don't know how they get the seeds. But our seed, like the Gahwas, the Kuwaiti, the Omani, the
They want
Emirati,
Colombian, put it that way.
they're not Brazilian.
They're not
Ethiopian.
Guatemala.
So they're grown here. These seeds are grown here, and that's why our Gahwa tastes different. Yeah. And it's been part of the culture for hundreds of years. And
I
that's
mean,
why
Yemeni had for a long time. They had producing
But
coffee.
it came from
Yemeni.
Ethiopia, though, right?
Or
The beans,
Ethiopia.
no. Our beans,
Not yours.
Gawa beans.
Okay.
They're local. They're locally grown.
Yeah, Yemeni beans are popular as well. Al-bun al-Yemeni, it's popular as well. But yeah, I think in general, like coffee is just part of like it's a traditional procedure of like welcoming someone. I recently made a video of like the different types of like when you give someone coffee, the first coffee you give him is like actually no, if you do it the real traditional way is that when a guest comes over, you drink the coffee first, not the guest. So to make him to give him assurance that okay, it's safe.
Okay.
It's safe to drink, you know.
Wait, so
I
do
never
people
knew this.
still do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Bedouins they still do that. So the first they call it finjan of al-kayf, al-hayf, al-dhayf, al-safe. There's like different names for it. So the first one you drink it, and then after he's assured that it's safe, it's not poisoned. The next one you drink it together, and then the third one is for the chilling drink, and then the last one, which is they don't do it anymore, but it's the very crazy one, which is if you drink that coffee, like you must go to war with me, like it's the safe.
No, look. I'll explain. Look,
What?
Yeah.
when there are different ways to pour coffee.
Yes.
This was historical by the way. Also, and it still exists. Not in all the majlises, some majlises, but the Bedouins all around the GCC, they still have these traditions. If you go inside a majlis and they pour you qahwa, the first cup, and before you drink it, you put it down. You put it down on the floor before you drink it. You know what that means?
You put your cup down on the
yeah,
floor?
before you drink it.
Okay.
The first cup. That means you are here to ask them for a favor.
Oh.
The people of this majlis, the people of this home.
Like an urgent matter.
Interesting.
Yeah, urgent matter. Or marriage as well. Like he's here to propose his son. He wants his son to marry one of their daughters.
Something serious is happening.
Something
yeah,
serious.
Is this the same in...
Yeah.
It's
The
traditional.
Bedouins.
Okay.
Bedouins.
The
Yeah.
Bedouins
Okay,
do that.
got it.
Yeah. And
Bedouins always have
not only Bedouins, but
no,
like
but
all
I'm
the
saying,
Arabs,
let's
yeah,
say
but-
Bedouins usually have almost
Similar tradition.
very similar. Whether it's Bedouin from Kuwait or from Oman, UAE or Saudi, it's almost like one tribe that's been.
Yeah. Like Al-Marri, Al-Shahi, Al-Shammari, they're everywhere, you know? Yeah. Qahtani as well.
Yeah.
So look, so that's one thing. Another thing is if you are the owner of the household and you pour the guest too much qahwa to the brim of the
They
cup,
don't like you.
that means you want him to finish and leave. You want him to get out. Yeah.
There's
But-
so many hidden
yeah.
meanings.
And you know, and in the majlises, if your enemy walks in, it's a policy. It's like an unwritten rule. If your enemy walks in, you still pour him qahwa.
You must.
So you pour them to people they don't like, they pour it to the top, to the brim. So that means take all of this, drink it, and leave and get out. Yeah.
But you still have to.
You have to drink it.
Wow.
But that
And
makes
then-
sense. Like how, I mean, comparing with the Yemeni, they pour more in general. In the finjan, I don't know how you'd say it.
Yeah.
Finjan,
the
finyan.
cup,
In,
yeah.
نقول
in
finyan.
English, no, I don't know. What
English cup.
The cup,
Cup,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We would pour like half or maybe less. This would make us
Drink more,
more.
stay more.
Want
Stay
to
more
stay
together.
more.
Yeah. And the way you
Yes.
move it, like so
Yes,
for example,
This is when
means-
you're done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like enough.
When you
Stop.
give it back without shaking, without saying anything, that means pour
You want more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one like this, that the first one I would have it. This we don't have. This one, the first one would give like if there's somebody older in the majlis straight
Yeah,
away,
same
you know.
as Pakistan.
Yes,
We
you
do
know,
the same
give
The
it
older
thing.
person.
to the older person, you know, first, and then no. You must
You
have it
have to
first,
start.
yes. And
Yeah.
These are
then-
political protocols, by the way.
it's literally a protocol.
It's
yeah.
really
Yeah.
political.
You
Like
do
it's
this.
it will be disrespectful.
Yeah,
if
you
get
do
into it.
this
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, it would be
Oh
a
my
big
God.
thing.
You make a mistake with the gawa pouring. It's a problem.
Yes, pouring in particular, the where you hold the cup is very important.
Which hand you give it? You need to
Yes.
give it with the right.
You have to
You
give it
with
to
the
the
left. You give it with the right.
If you do the opposite, it's literally disrespect.
It's very disrespectful.
And they will remember it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story, a family story. So my uncle like lived abroad for the longest time. Anyways, he comes to Oman. He's already a grown man, and he goes to our area where we're from. We're from Rastaq, right? We're not from Muscat.
والنعم.
And نعم فيك. So he comes to eat, right? You know, big plate. And when he finished, he got up, and people were still eating. For us, if if the guest gets up,
Everyone has to get
we all have to stop now. And he didn't know. He didn't know. So he's like, yo, what? Well, you know, everyone's like, you know, whoever he came with, they're like, what's wrong with you? It's like, I don't know. I'm just going to wash my hands. That's it. But yeah, you don't do that. So even if you had enough of eating, just stay there. Make yourself like you're still eating.
Because even
Honestly,
right?
I honestly continue eating even if the guests got up.
yeah, I know.
But that's the same, right?
But in Pakistan, in Pakistan, if as respect, if someone is eating on the table, you don't leave the table. Like that's like you stay on the table. You wait for them to, especially if they're an older person, you should wait until they finish, even if you're done, and then you all get up at the same
And we
time.
don't start eating as well until
Until the oldest person.
until the oldest person.
Yeah,
No way.
same as us.
No way.
Same.
Oh, you just go and start. Ooh.
Yeah.
I sneak in a sambusa or something.
From
you
the
know,
kitchen.
I've always not liked eating with my hand, but sometimes I'm really literally forced to, because if they see me, like especially if I'm going to a majlis with elders, and if I bring a spoon and fork, they'll be like, "What is this guy?" It's like I'm shaming them.
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you eat with a spoon and fork? Come with the khams. But do you eat with your hands? I don't like to.
I do. The only-
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I always do. The only thing maybe I wouldn't have with is like salad or
Yeah, you can't have it.
or
Like
pasta
traditional food
or
you'd
pasta.
probably eat with your
no
hands.
rice.
Yeah.
no.
Rice with yogurt and sauce بعد بإيدي.
All with your
I
hands.
can't.
Wallah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's sorry
But
to
I
get so
don't-
wet it
I
drips
don't,
down.
I don't do this.
Oh my
the
God.
ball. You know
You're
the
so-
ball.
Oh yeah, and then do you use the thumb? Wait, do
No.
you use the thumb to like?
I know.
That's
Yeah,
like
I do, I do,
Pakistani
I do.
way.
What
I don't know
do
if
to
the
play
same.
with it.
Some people do, man.
And then use a thumb to throw it in.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
don't do
Unfortunately,
that,
I'm a spoiled kid. So.
I'm also spoiled. I can't.
But
I
only
can't.
for Mendi and biryani. Only that's when
Wow.
I eat.
even
Imagine
for
you having
biryani.
Mindi with with the fork and knife. Come on.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
have it with the fork and knife. I know it's wrong. But I try. Like I try. When we go to mandi restaurants and you sit on the floor, when you have like the traditional experience, then I do eat it with
At
my
least
hands.
gradually start with quarter and then half, and then one day you can have
Like
it full without.
I can, but
Full with your hands.
Not
Seafood
always.
I have to eat with my hand.
Really?
If it's rice with the fish, يعني at
The
home.
thing is, the food always tastes better when you eat it with your
Yeah.
hands. That's true.
No, but I specifically seafoods because sometimes you will only feel the
Bones, yeah.
you'll only feel these
Oh, the bones.
bones with your hands.
So you can avoid
We
them.
have
You can
tricks.
avoid them, yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for being
Oh,
here.
one.
2 hours
So-
passed by so quickly.
Wow. Yeah.
Literally so quickly. But I hope you guys enjoyed the karak. And that was
Finished it. I need more.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, but we were so into the conversation. Do you guys want more karak?
Inshallah. We're good. Thank you. Yeah.
But thank you guys.
Thank you so much,
very,
Mahreen.
very
That was a
much.
great conversation. Thank you,
You
guys.
guys
Thank
were
you,
great,
thank you.
honestly.
Amazing
Bye.
questions, and I'm very happy to join.
It was so easy to talk to all of you, honestly. Great points brought up.